Hey guys, Monique Leslie, Misfit Crafter here. Today I wanted to bring you a freebie digital download that I'm providing. I designed it to be a really cute Father's Day card, so you can stand it up like this. It's a 5x7 and you can get the download below. I'll put a link to it, but I'm going to show you how I put this card together and I made it on Cricut Design Space. You don't have to use Cricut Design Space to make it if you don't want to. You can just do a print and cut on Design Space or any other machine, or just print it out and it's ready to go. But I did it on Design Space so that I could get this little hole in here. The way it is just a cover, really cute, Happy Father's Day kind of comic book looking, and in the middle you can see it's actually a button that I added to the middle of the card so that you can write your little message, and there's a cute little button in here. But you don't have to make it into a button. You could also just make it into a sticker if you want to, using the Creative Station or a sticker maker, or print and cut on sticker paper. But either way, I'm going to show you how I put this guy together. And you can see if you want to put sticker instead, or even if you just want it to be on flat on the back of the card, you could do that too. But let's go ahead and get started on how to make this. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. So once you've downloaded the provided file, the freebie file, go ahead and make sure you unzip it so that when you upload it to Design Space, it's there. If you don't unzip it, it won't show up for you. And don't forget where you actually downloaded and saved it to. So make sure you know exactly where that's at. So once you've downloaded everything, you're going to go ahead and just upload your images. So you're going to go ahead and browse, find where you saved them. So I have mine right here. So for instance, the Father's Day card, and here I'll let you guys see it a little better. So the Father's Day card, I also put an extra like the letters. If you want to use like stickers or vinyl to like pop it up or anything like that, you can as well. But that was just an extra file if you want it. So you need to make sure that you bring over the Father's Day card and then later on the other pieces. Right here, I always choose complex so that it doesn't kill any of the photo for me. And I hit continue. Now this black area, what I want you to do is make sure you have the magic select tool on. I call it magic because it looks like a wand. And then just hit that center so it eliminates the black center. So that cuts out on Design Space. And then you're just going to hit apply and continue. And then you can name it whatever you want and then save it, hit upload. I'm going to cancel just because I've already uploaded it. And here you can see where I've already uploaded that. And then you're going to do the same thing with each of your four little guys when you upload the image, and you hit browse. When you upload those, they already have the background cut out, so you don't have to worry about that. But they are individually there, so you just have to choose which one you want to upload. I hit complex again, continue. It's already, I already have the background removed for you, so you don't have to worry about that. You just hit apply and continue, and then just choose the print and cut and then upload again. And again, I'm just hitting cancel because I already did that. So now I have all my pieces here. So you're going to need your Father's Day, and you're going to choose which of your pieces that you want. I'm just going to put them all there just so you can see them all. And it's going to come in a little big, so you're going to want to resize it. And that's why it's taking a little long to pull them up. Okay, there we go. Okay, so each one of these you want to resize to 2.75 inches. So what I'm going to do is just put them aside so I can grab them all at the same time. If you're doing more than one, you'll do this. If not, you're just going to resize each one. So I'm just centering them so I can resize them really quick. So 2.75 inches, and I'm just going to move those guys out of my way. You see all four of them were resized now since I centered them. And this guy, we need it to be 7 inches long by 5 inches wide. Every time I import it, for some reason, it has a little point at the end. So I just make sure that it's 5.7. I unlock it and make 5 by 7. All right, so we have the 5 by 7 here. We're just going to put that aside. And then we need to make our card base. I didn't provide a card base because it's super simple to make, just with some shapes. So you're just going to get your square and you're going to unlock it, and we need to make this 7 inches wide by 10 inches in height. And you can make it whatever color you want. It doesn't matter. It depends on what paper you're going to stick in the machine anyway. I'm just going to make it a light gray so you guys are able to see it really well. But I'm going to actually cut it out on white cardstock. Now what we need to do is make sure that this center circle right here is cut out on this cardstock, or it's kind of pointless to have that center circle there. So the way that I do it, and the easiest way that I found to do it, is I just duplicate this piece. I'm going to put the actual piece aside that we're going to print and cut, and we're going to pull this one over. We're going to change this to a cut piece instead, a basic cut piece. Now what you're going to want to do is place this in the upper left corner so that the position is 0, 0. And then this one, you're going to position it at 0 and 5. And that's halfway down, perfectly aligned with this other piece. Now what I want you to do is make sure that you have just this top piece selected, and you're going to hit contour. And then next you're going to get rid of the rectangle portion, leaving us with just the circle in the perfect spot for us. So now we just have the circle. And then you're going to choose the two pieces together, so both are selected, and you're going to hit slice. What that'll do is put that nice hole in the middle for us. And you can tell the hole is there now. See? We have a hole there now. Okay? And so we can now get rid of these pieces here. So we don't need any of those. And now we also want to make sure that we put our score line in. If you don't have a scoring tool, I'll give you some hints later on what to do if you don't have a scoring tool of any kind, because you can use a pin or something else if you want, or not score it at all and just score it on your own after it cuts out the outside edge. But if you do have a scoring tool, you're going to use the score line. You are going to make it 7 inches wide. You are going to rotate it 90 degrees so that it's flat. And you are going to position it at 0 and 5. And that is going to make it perfect to the center, because we still have that back piece is still at 0 and 0. So make sure that back piece is still at 0 and 0. And then you're going to select the two and make sure you attach it, because if you don't attach your score line to your card base, it is going to score it on a single piece of paper all by itself, and it's not going to make any sense. So you have to attach it to make sure the score line goes on top of that piece. All right, so all your pieces are now ready to go. So you can see, and I'm only bringing this to the front so you can see how it'll kind of be assembled, but now that is perfectly aligned there. And you decide whatever piece, whatever circle pieces that you want for the center. Just pick whatever you want. Make sure you save it if you want to ever make it again, or you want to make multiples later. And so remember, you can either print and cut these on cardstock, regular copy paper. Like I said, I use presentation matte paper. It just gives me a little more pop of color. Or you can use sticker paper, so it's easier to just lay it down onto the card base after. But for me, I made it with presentation paper is the one I'm going to choose. So we're going to go ahead and just make it. All right, and then so once it's gotten it all settled, you're going to see whatever it is that you're going to print and cut, and then you're also going to have your card base all ready for you. The card base fits perfectly on 8.5 by 11, so you can tell it's 8.5 by 11. So once you have everything set the way you like it, go ahead and send it to your printer. The recording might not pick up some of the pop-ups, but basically just go ahead and use the bleed. I use my system dialog so that I can go ahead and tell it to print it on presentation matte instead of regular printer paper, but it's up to you on what you want to do. I've already printed mine, but go ahead and print yours. And once everything is already printed, you're going to go ahead and just choose whatever base it is that you chose. And go ahead and print it, and then we'll go ahead and come back and cut it. Oh, and then just one more tip. So again, when you get to cutting the actual card base that you need to cut, you choose whatever it is that you're cutting with. I'm cutting with heavy cardstock, and like I said, right here you can choose what tool that you're using. If you have a scoring wheel, make sure you change it to scoring wheel. If not, if you have a double scoring wheel, it gives a deeper score. If you don't have that, you can use a scoring stylus, and so it just depends on which one you have. If you don't have anything, just choose stylus, and you can put a pin in there instead just to mark the area. I usually just use like a light colored pin or something that's the same color as it, so I know where to score, because your machine's going to require something to be in there. And if not, you can just leave out the score mark step that we did, so that way you don't have to do that. All right, so go ahead and send it over to do your printing, and then come back for assembly. Once you pop everything off your mat, if you peel the edges, just so you know, if you just do a little curl up, it will pop everything off a lot easier off your mat. It pops everything like up, see? Just real quick, comes off easy.
Don't forget to switch out your tools.
Right, and then once again, you just curl it, pops right out. And if you want, save this little piece in the middle so that you can back the centerpiece if you didn't use a thick piece of paper or cardstock for it. Sometimes it helps it just to give it a little bit better push. But there you go, see, card base, score line, all put in there. All right, let's assemble. All right, so now that we have all our pieces cut, so whatever it was that you chose that you wanted to cut on the circle pieces, and then your cover piece and your base piece. So if you haven't already, make sure to go ahead and just crease it so that way it's easier to assemble it. If you didn't choose a scoring tool, go ahead and make sure you score the middle. So I'm just going to press that down. And this will help to position it, so make sure you go ahead and fold it now. And then just do that. Give it a nice crease in there and just press that down. Okay? All right. So you'll have your little piece, you'll have your little window. So we're gonna go ahead and attach this to the top. Now you can do this several ways. If you printed it on sticker paper, you're going to want to just peel off a little corner or something to get it started. I suggest peeling off just one corner and just pulling that off, lifting it up, and then just kind of centering it all out so that way your peeled up corner gets laid out and stuck down. And then once that's done, you pull off the rest of your sticker and then just smooth it out so it gets put down carefully. For me, I did mine, like I said, on presentation paper. So see, it says Kodak, or Koala, sorry, not Kodak. And I am just gonna put tape on mine. So the way I'm gonna do it is put tape on each of my 4 sides. And this is just score tape or sequin tape. whatever you want to call it. And I'm using like, I think this is the 1/4 inch on 3 sides. And then I'm going to use my thinner. So I got it on 3 sides, and I'm going to use my thinner like 1/8 of an inch at the top because it's very thin right there. It's a very thin border from the circle to the top part right there. So I'm just going to put that down. Okay, and what I'm going to do is similar to as if you had it taped, is I'm just going to pull off just one side, and I am going to just kind of tap it down and make sure it's all lined up nicely like that, so that way I know it's lined up. And then I'm just gonna push that one side down so that the other sides are not done yet, and then I'm gonna remove all the tape from the other sides. And don't worry, mine's not creasing because of the type of paper it is. It's kind of thin but thick at the same time because it's a it's actually a presentation matte vinyl. So this is actually vinyl, printable vinyl. Okay, and I'm also going to use my little Zig 2A pen. You can use this or any other glue, but you want to make sure it's like a fast drying glue. But I'm just going to glue down around the circle opening, or there's no tape. Okay, and then I'm just going to slide, oops, grab that. I'm just going to slide that on. I just picked up everything along the way. There we go. Just going to slide that on and smooth it out. Okay, so it's all nice and smoothed out. And see, perfect fit. Perfect circle fit. Okay, so you have options. So like my original one here, I used a button. I made it with my We Are Memory Keepers, or I guess they're now called We Are Makers, button press, and I made myself just a little button there. And this is the 2-inch button. That's why I have you make the circles 2.75 inches. The 2.75 inches is the perfect size for the 2-inch button. So that it curls around the edges. If you don't want to do a button, it's fine. You don't have to do a button, but I just thought it was cute. And instead, if you wanted to, you could just do a sticker instead. So this one I made into a sticker using my Creative Station light, and you can just do it that way. So the way I did it, and you can even use your Creative Station to actually stick this down if you want to. I just find it easier to do the edges so I don't have as much stickiness to deal with. But with my Creative Station light, or you can use a sticker maker from Xyron, all I did was take my pieces and put them through the machine. So we're gonna just do, I'm just gonna do one of them, and we're gonna roll that guy out on the other edge, just like that. Oops. Until we see him come out. And then we're just gonna cut that off. And then I am just gonna close this guy back up. Get that out of the way. Okay. And then you can just press it down. Said if you put it on sticker paper, it's ready to go. You could just slap it on. If you're gonna make a button, go make your button. If not, if you want to make a sticker using this, you can just use this. And I just cut out around the edge carefully. Now if you put it on sticker paper, you can leave it the backer on instead of sticking it straight down, if you want to like use the sticker to like, you know, put on Dad or something later, so that when they get the actual sticker, you can slap it on them if you want. Or you can just use it as so that you have a backer to put it down with. I'm trying to get that piece off. There you go. And there you go. So you have a little sticker that you can either put down. So you can do this a couple ways. You can add it as a sticker and leave it with the back on, and just put it under there and place it so that it's nicely there and it's just a cute sticker gift. Or you can go ahead and peel it off and then just lay it flat just so it's just a card. So it's up to you. But we're gonna pull that guy off. And because it is the exact size, and I put it at a little bit of an angle. And then you can just press it down. And then so it shows up on the other side really cute. And there you go. And that's it. All assembly done. So like I said, you have options on how you want to make this. If you prefer though, you could definitely just print this out flat, and you could print it out just as it is. If you don't have a Cricut, print it out, cut it out by hand, cut out the centers, and then you can use a circle cutter. If you have a circle punch, you can do the same thing. Circle punch should reach, and that's why I kind of left the little lip here. If you have a 2-inch circle punch, that should reach nicely where the black part is to be able to punch it out. And then you can do the same thing, just print a bunch of these and punch them out of the paper and then just attach it that way. So you have options. So here they are. Hope you like that. Be sure that if you like the video to like and subscribe, and please go ahead and share. You can pin it, whatever you like. How cute are those?